Hello, everyone. Welcome, Stampin' friends. This is Linda from Linda's Stamping Escape, and we are going to have a little fun on our Technique Tuesday tonight. I am glad you can join me. I see people are popping in already. That is awesome. I have to turn my sound down on my computer so it doesn't come up on me, but it's making a fuss here. Hello, Barb. Hello, Beth. Nice to see you again tonight, Beth. How is everybody this evening? Are you enjoying this 60-degree weather? Hello, Deb. How are you? There we go. All right. Here we go. Now I can see everybody. I see Kathy has joined us. Hello, hello. All right. Yay, I'm really excited about tonight. We have a fun class. You just have to have patience because with this card, you're going to need patience. Tonight, we are doing the floating frame technique. Now, I am by far an expert on this. I have been looking for the Glad press and seal. This is what you'll need to make these cards. Hello, Bailey. How are you tonight? So, yes, you need that Glad press and seal. That's key to making this card. So, and a whole lot of dimensionals. So, hopefully you have a nice stash at home. So, oh my gosh. I'm so excited. It's only Tuesday and I have tomorrow off of work. Woohoo! So, I am doing good. I'm doing good. So, we have, I thought it would be fun. Now, you can do this technique with pretty much any stamp set that has images that you can cut out. So any floral patterns or whatever have you that you can die cut. Even if you had little skeleton heads, I bet you could make this technique if you really wanted to. So yeah, you could make this technique with just about anything. But since I showed you 2 weeks ago an easy way to make the floating butterflies, this is actually a floating frame. It's been pretty popular for, I think, the last 2 years or 18 months ago. I don't know when or who the original person was who created this, but it is a cool looking card, technique, I should say. And we're going to combine it with the So Sentimental stamp set tonight. And the reason being is no sentiments in your floating and fluttering. It's all about the butterflies and the leaves. So, and then they have a nice little frame here. So that's one thing. You can just add any sentiment stamp set that you have. So pick out your favorites, happy birthday, best wishes, whatever you want. Tonight I'm using I Can't Thank You Enough, which is true. I cannot thank all of my stampers enough for hanging out with me every Tuesday night and stamping, so I'm not talking to myself. I love it. Thank you very much. And I love it when you guys pop up all them little hearts. It's so much fun. So, all right. It is the Floating and Fluttering stamp set with the floating frame technique. Can you say that fast 3 times? I'm not going to try it. I am not. So, we are on March 9th today. These are our beautiful inks that we're using tonight: Melon Mambo, Mango Melody, and Bermuda Bay. They all come from the Bold collection, or the Brights, I should say, the Brights collection. So that is what I'm using. And instead of like having 20 different ink pads out here, I'm going to show you some fun ways that you can create different coloring effects on your butterflies. But let's get them butterflies stamped. So when you're working with the photopolymers, it's nice to have a pad underneath. And you can get this pad right out of the catalog. I believe it's still in there. So, and I like to stamp on this. If you don't have this at home and you want to try this technique out right away, use a mouse pad. That will work too. So that's just a quick solution, but I don't know, I really like this. So we are going to ink up our butterflies, and of course I'm using my Memento ink, and this is going to stamp a lot nicer with that foam pad underneath. Do I have a piece of scrap paper? Oh, this isn't really scrap, but I'm going to show you the difference. So let's give that a little pressure, let that ink get into the paper there, and see how you have a nice bold image. Let me show you what happens. Is my camera out of focus, or what is going on here? It looks blurry. How are you guys? Is that okay? I hope it's not my eyes. Sorry. I put it up a little bit higher tonight so I could bring the cut and emboss machine in here. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up, and now I'm going to stamp on here. Okay, well, that one turned out pretty nice, but I was doing this yesterday, and I kept getting white speckles all the way through. So I brought the pad out, and then I got beautiful beautiful imagery on there. So Barb said it looks fine. Okay, good. For some reason, I don't know, I'm seeing blurry, but if you guys can see fine, that's good. Well, hello, Tiffany. Welcome. All right, and let's get this butterfly on here as well. All right. That's just weird that it looks... I'm just glad you guys can see it, because from my angle, it looks really blurry. Okay, now we have our 2 sets of butterflies on here, and you can do that because in your bundle, when you have your dies with your bundle, look, they put 2 of these in here. Oh, I love it. So you can cut 2 at the same time. Talk about time saver. That is awesome. All right, we are going to start here with our Melon Mambo, and I'm going to do the big butterfly first. Okay, and I am going to grab a piece of scrap paper here. Slide that under and stamp off. And stamp on here. There we go. Do the same. And I like to do this, and I like to make all my little butterflies look a little bit different. So this one, they all do. All 3 of your butterflies actually have a second stamp. So it's a 2-step technique. But I'm not doing that on all of them. I'm just doing that on the big butterfly. So on the first butterfly, I stamped off. And on the second butterfly, or the detailed one, I'm leaving fully inked. So now you get that beautiful 2-tone image. All right. I am having technical difficulties here, and I don't know why. Oh my gosh, you guys, am I still on? Ugh. I hope I'm live. I see you guys. Hello, Barb. I see Barb is joining me, but I do not know what's happening to my computer here. All right, so looks like I'm back in business on my end over here. Oh my gosh. Thank you, ladies. They're all going, yes, yes. Okay, good. Oh, I don't like that because it's, to me, it's like a little time waster. All right, now we're going into Mango Melody. Stampin' Up in their little tongue twisters. So we're going to use the butterfly wing here. And I'm going to very quickly stamp off on this one. All right. And we're going to use a light butterfly there. And then I'm not going to stamp off on this one. Just pull it back really quick. And now I do have two different color butterflies there. But I'm going to bring in the pumpkin pie. And I'm going to add a little bit of dark color here and make this one look really rich, because you're going to be using all these butterflies together. So if they're a little bit different, it looks really cool together. All right, so we got a nice rich color there. And now we're going to have a light, fun color. I'm going to bring some of that color up in here, but not as much as what we did on the other one. So you're definitely going to see the two-tone on this. And on the edge, I just keep blending that a little bit darker. And I'm going to pull some of this up in here. There we go. A couple little lines, just fill that out with our Stampin' blends. You could use markers too, so you can actually use either one. It's not going to make a difference, and you're using your regular classic ink pad. So, all right, then we are going to go into Bermuda Bay. That seems to be my color of the month for some reason. I keep using it on half of my cards. All right, and our little two-winged butterfly. We are going to stamp off. And he stamped off a little different, so he's going to be a little darker in the middle. But you know what? That's okay. Do that. Oh, no, his wing is. So I'm going to tip his wing here. And here, there we go. And we'll just get the little tips. All right. We'll get all these out of the way here. Close up our ink pads because we're done with our colors there. I will tell you that when I'm making this kind of card, I generally stamp about 3 of these, and then I have at least 6 if I'm making a couple cards. I just stamp a whole bunch of them, and then I go sit and watch my favorite TV show while I'm doing all the coloring on here, or the stamping, whichever you want. You don't have to stamp these. You can use your markers or your Stampin' blends to do all your butterflies. Just imagine the colors and the definition you could give your butterfly if you're pretty much hand painting it. You could get it really to look like a monarch or one of those blue and yellow ones. How pretty would that be? Okay, so now you have your butterflies are all colored in, and you're going to grab your dies and you are going to die cut that out, and you'll notice the new dies fit very snugly around your images, which gives you even a nicer cut than we had before. You're always going to have a little ridge or rim around it, but they just keep getting closer and closer. So just line those up ever so nicely, and these work really good. You run that through, and you are going to end up with a whole bunch of these. So see how I did that, and notice that some are lighter and some are darker and just a little bit different. So this is where we're going to start with our butterflies. Let's just pop them all right up here. All right, what you need next is a 4 by 5¼ inch front. So just like you have a regular card front, that's what you're going to use here. And I got ink all over me. So 4 inches by 5¼ and that is going to be your card front. So I'll set my base back there for now. And what you want to do next is start lining up your butterflies. So we are going to start putting these on here, and we're going to fill up our whole card front. And then we will cut out the frame. So we are just going to do some little magic here. And you really want to get this as tight as possible, because the very first one I made, mine weren't real tight together, and the frame didn't come out like a frame. Do you know what I mean? Does that sound right? Let's bring this guy, and I'm going to tell you a little secret. I like working with the full pieces. I've watched other demonstrators, and they do cut theirs apart, some people, and I cut mine too, but I'm going to try to squeeze as many whole ones on here as I can. All right, we're going to get this butterfly coming right in. Now, if I know for sure that one of them's not going to show up at all, this is where I snip it off. So these two lovely little butterflies here are not going to end up on my card anyways. So I am going to very nicely cut them off. And we're going to put this back here. And you're going to be wiggling back and forth a little bit. And I'm going to save. See what I mean? I wish there was something to kind of hold these down while you're working on this. So I'm going to have this guy coming in this way, and I will put a little piece of greenery in there. Did you get that? I want to get this as tight as I can on there. All right, let's bring another one in. Maybe we bring this guy up here. Okay, we can do that. Just trim that off nice. I'm going to bring this up in here. Again, try to get them close. All right. Do you think we need pink? Pink again. So let's do, I'm going to trim off this here, because I see that was bumping up into my other one. And I'm going to cut the yellow one off, because we're going to stick him back in there, but in a little bit different spot. So let's get this. How about right there? We'll get this butterfly. See, it's a lot of moving back and forth, isn't it? I told you, you need a lot of patience if you want to do this card. But when you are finished, the results are stunning. They are beautiful. So let's bring that up in there. This one up here. Okay, now I am going to move right up in here. All right. Now we're going to get little mango one up in here. Nope, that's not going to work. So, what will look better? is, because that green just is in my way, but I don't want to cut that off. Okay, we're going to put this right here, this over here. We're going to end up sticking a piece of greenery. See how this all moves around on me? I hope you're not sleeping yet. Nope, please don't fall asleep on me. All right. That isn't quite going the way I want it to, and I don't like that either. So here's what we're going to do. I want this whole piece in here. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Now where's that really light pink? But see why I like to work with the whole ones? Because then I can get that back in there better. Yep. Now I know who's going in there. He's going in there. And this little greenery guy is going right there. All right. So how tight are we without overlapping? I think we're pretty good. So get this in, this in. Move that over just a hair. So I'm going to move up here. We're going to put our little butterfly this way. That little green just wants to go in there, so he wins. He's in. There he goes. Nope, he's not going. I win. This guy's going in there. Now the greens can go in. They can go around here. Ah, Beth said a little bit of washi tape. That might be a good idea, but when you pull it off, I think the rest of it will come off too. But I would like something that just had a little bit of stickiness to it or something. And you're going to get sticky in a minute as soon as I get that. Let's get this in here. As soon as we get the other, the press and seal in. All right, I know what I need. This. My little hands don't want to always cooperate. I call them my retirement fingers. They should be retired. There we go. All right, back. You guys back where you were. There we go. Getting them butterflies back in there. And I think we could just squish this up here just a bit. Get that in there. Get this butterfly so he's just making a fuss, that guy is. He's going to make me turn this all around. Ah, don't move. There we go. Now I just got one more piece I'm sticking in here before anything else moves on me. There, I think we got it. Whew, okay. Let me cover up my Memento ink and get that out of here. And then I do have a whole bunch of butterflies left over, so I can make more cards. Now comes the press and seal. So you can see how and I'm not touching that. Not touching. There is a sticky side to this. So we're going to pull this open. Oh wow, it actually opened for me. And I'm going to lay this down right on top. There we go. This is where the sticky part comes in. All right, now I'm going to stick this down a little bit to that white piece. And I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll find out, won't we? Okay, I'm going to cut off all this excess here before I start trying to cut the rest of that off. All right? Because it does get a little sticky. I just don't want to put it too sticky onto my projects. I watch other people whip through this stuff and I don't know. But I couldn't resist. It was just too pretty. So now, and I like to use a long blade when I do this, and you're always cutting from the back, and we're going to cut off all that excess. Now, once you're done, if you got a whole butterfly on there that you'd like to save and use for another card, go right ahead. Or even just a little piece, because remember, you could take that wing and just stick it on the side there as you're working with that. Okay, really close here. There we go. And get that all trimmed off very nicely. Woo. There we go. In the garbage that goes. And I'm going to make sure this is sticking on here a little bit. I don't like it too tight because I don't like the way it pulls off sometimes. But we are going to take our back off now. So off comes our white back. And there's all our little butterflies exposed. Okay. Here's where the frame comes in. Let's move our inks out of the way. We will bring in our die cut machine. And tonight, ladies, we are spinning for last week and the week before. I appreciate your patience with that. Okay, so, yeah, you guys can see that pretty good. So I have this on here, and included with the die set is a frame. So that is what we are going to use to cut out our frame. So we want to center this as nicely as we can. All right, and then this is going to go down, and we're just going to run this through. Most of you guys know that I'm all about the quick and simple cards, but sometimes you just got to have a little fun. And that's what we're doing tonight with this floating frame. Yes, it takes a little while, but man, it is so pretty when it's done. So let's remove this. So you'll be die cutting all your butterflies, and then you're going to be die cutting this as well. So you're just going to get that frame out of there. So there's our frame. And I want you to hop over onto my blog tomorrow, and you'll see what I do with these, because those are not going to go to waste. Now, setting it up was a little tedious, yes. And now comes the fun part. All of our butterflies have to be popped up. So guess what? We're going to be popping them all up, and this does take a little while. And I thought about doing this ahead of time so that you guys didn't have to watch me put these all on here, but sometimes it's just best watching the whole process so that you really remember how this works. And this is key. This is key to your frame. You really want to make sure that you're getting your dimensions on there. And I'm trying to put as many of the big ones in as I can, and then I'll fill it in with the little ones. And guess what? Once we get all these in, Then we got to pick all the paper tops off. And I would do that before, but then my fingers are always sticking on those too. So this is the perfect card to make in a group with a whole bunch of your friends, so you guys can all sit there and talk while you are making these cute little cards. We always have a lot to talk about, don't we? And invite your friend over that you haven't seen in a while. Show them how to do this, and then you guys can sit and chit chat or have a glass of wine if you'd like while you're putting all these on. If you notice, I'm trying to get my edges to my edges. I want to do that so it gives the best effect. All right, I think I have as many big ones on here as we can. So now we're going to move into the little guys. Same here. I try to get that edge right as close to the edge as I can. We want a nice sturdy frame, right, ladies? Sturdy's good. Uh-oh, there went a top. I'm going to stick him over here, otherwise I won't be able to find him later. All right. Make sure you don't miss any of your little images, or guess what's going to happen? They'll fall off. If it's something this small, I don't know if you really want to worry about that, but if it's a nice long piece like this one here, I will actually cut my dimensionals so that I can get that on there. I'm going to stick one in between here as well. See what I mean? Isn't this a good chit-chat card? Time to invite your friends over and catch up with everything that's been going on. And I think if you sit far enough away from each other, you can still get together with a few friends that you see pretty much all the time, right? I know some of you are getting your shots. I am happy for you. I hope that's all working well. I'm in the no shot zone yet. Okay. All right, Kathy said removable tape works well. I wonder if that would work. I saw a lady using another different kind of, I don't know what it was, some kind of removable something. And that seemed to work, but she was from, I don't know if she was from England or Australia, so I'm not sure if that was just something they had and we couldn't get our hands on, because I had been looking for the press and seal for a while. Okay, let me get this, sneak this one in here. I want to get this edge, so I have to cut this one ever so slightly here and get that in there, because that's part of our frame, right? We're doing okay here. How about one way in that corner? I think we're pretty good. All right. Fun part number 2. Now you start picking all these little guys off. And I can bet you, how about $100? No, how about a stamp set? That one of these ends up in my living room tonight. Doesn't that always happen? I had to laugh. One lady said, she goes, I was wondering what was on my dog. And she said, sure enough, it was a dimensional sticking on the end of her dog's nose. I thought, oh my goodness. Now we know what her doggy likes to do. He likes to sit with her and watch her make cards. So, here we go. We're going to keep, I missed a spot. So, one thing when you're pulling these off, if you miss a spot, you know exactly where it goes. This piece doesn't want to come off. All right. So, who has plans tomorrow? We have a rainy day tomorrow. Of course, that's when I have off, but that's okay. That is okay. I will take a beautiful rain over snow any day. I hear there's a big storm coming into Colorado, so all right. Enough about the weather. Let me see here. So, how many of you have this floating and fluttering stamp set? I know some of you do. I will tell you there is another one that just became available. So I'll be sharing that beautiful butterfly set with you as well. I always think I don't need another butterfly set, but it must be my mom in the back of my head saying, oh, come on, it's butterflies though, Linda, it's butterflies. So, and it's way different than this one. So just, you know, I'll be sharing it with you. And maybe I'll even give you a little peek at it tonight. I haven't actually made any cards yet, but I've been doing some card layouts. So I'll just, you know, do a layout on where I want my paper and the greeting and stuff like that. I think I've done a few posts like that where I've done layouts and then showed you later what the card looked like. So yes, Miss Barb Wallish, I have all your paper cut for you too. So we have to touch base tomorrow so that you can get your card packets for the class on Thursday. Oh my goodness, I can't get this one. You know what I need? I need a little assistant here that can pick off all these dimensionals. And I could probably pick it off with these, but I don't want to pull so hard on my card. See, we all have our own things we can do, right? I laugh when I see these demonstrators and they're just poking on these things and they pop them right off. And I'm like, why does that not work for me? It just does not work for me. So they must have a different angle. They got a heck of a trick, but I need one more. Oh, good. The paper came off of that one. Perfect. I need one more right here. I don't want that piece to sag. And see what I mean? You can go back in and take a good look and see if you... Now I got it stuck on here. There we go. I think we'll be okay. One more. There or there? I think I'm going to go there. Okay. Now what we do next, once we got all those picked off and I'm just double checking, I look at the light to make sure that they're shiny. When they're really shiny, then they go on. You can lay this on this way, or you can try to do it this way. I find this a little easier. So I need to line this up corner to corner. This way my project actually stays flat and I'm not trying to, you know, wiggle that around. Okay, now this is when this comes off. And we're going to peel this. See, that little piece came off, but we got the big leaf there, so that's what counts, right? And this can be a little sticky. Ooh, ooh, ooh. If it does pull a little bit of your color off, not to worry, because you got your colors. You can put that back on. But you mainly want that floating frame. This one really got a tight squeeze on that one. Little bugger. All right, let's try to pull this off this way. There we go. It seems to be working a little nicer. And see how I'm just peeling this off now? It's just that first little patch there that didn't want to come up nice. All right, and that I will fix with a marker. So, ooh, I wonder if this will work. No, it's dry. Okay. So, oh my goodness, how did I get ink in there? Well, hopefully my greeting will cover that up. Or I will embellish it. Trust me, ladies. Okay, now, can you see the frame? See how this all floats? It's just floating in air. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is so cool. And that actually worked out okay, didn't it? Even though it got that little bit there. All right, let's get our greeting inked up here. And that'll set right inside. Perfect. Gonna hold it down so I get a nice dark black. Oh, thank the Lord. Look at it. Went right over that little spot I made. Woohoo! All right. I am looking for my marker and I don't know where it is. So I'm not going to finish that one little piece I took off, but I just want to show you here. All right. What a little bit of Wink of Stella will do, because it's a little tacky from the press and seal. So that's what it is, Glad Press and Seal, and that's what we use. And I am going to put the Wink of Stella over this, and that will take care of some of that stickiness. And then I'm going to show you if I can find my little embossing buddy, or you could use powder, that would work too. But what I did was I tap that embossing buddy right here, and then see, I pick up some of that and I go over the leaves with it. So then it is taking away that stickiness. Just a little trick. If you don't like, and maybe the stickiness goes away. I didn't check my other card from the other day. But if you don't want that stickiness on right away, that little embossing buddy to the rescue. And I know we don't sell it anymore, but I know some of you still have yours. Or you can just use a little baby powder. But look at what Stella does. Oh my gosh. Don't we all, I can't do that part of the wing. We don't want to do that because I am going to finish that off. But see how this creates that nice crisp frame? And that is why you want to get that as close as possible. If you don't get it real close, then your frame kind of goes away. See this one? This was my first one, my boo-boo, as I call it, because there's no real frame here. It just looks like my butterflies are floating. And so it kind of took away from this effect. And that's what you want. You want that beautiful frame. And are you seeing the Stella? She's brand new pen here, so she's really doing a bang up job here tonight. Ooh, and there's my favorite butterfly. I just love that mango with that pumpkin pie. Wow, that really shines up nice. So what do you think so far? You like? Can you see the Stella? I'm seeing hearts. Woohoo! I'm seeing hearts. See what I mean, though? It is a putsy little card. I'll admit it. It is kind of putsy. I don't mind the coloring at all. It's mostly the trying to... Now I got embossing stuff all over there, but that'll wipe off. It's mostly just getting those lined up on your sheet, and then the dimensionals. And if you can get through that little bit, oh my gosh, Okay, let's get this on here so you can see the true effect of this, because I did mine with black. You could pick out like one of the colors that you chose as a background, but I think the black really highlights my greeting, and it makes our butterflies magically pop. It's just, there's your frame, the floating frame technique. So, what are you thinking? Barb loves it. Janet says it's lovely. Kathy says it's beautiful. Oh, it is. And who doesn't love butterflies? So, this is what? I think this is the third video that we have done using this butterfly. So, you gotta love them butterflies. I will have more to share with you. But first, girls, before you go away for the evening, because, yep, that's our card. Now, remember, stop back on my blog tomorrow, and also called Linda's Stampin' Escape, and find out what I'm going to do with this little piece here. So you'll see this one again, and I'll post the video, and then I will show you card with my leftover piece here. So let's find out who our winners are. And our winners are getting samplings of the, what else would I share tonight but the butterfly gems. So you will get a half sheet of the butterfly gems, and we have 2 drawings tonight, so 2 lucky winners, because we did not spin last week, so we have those 2 winners. So let's see who our winners are. So I appreciate everybody joining me each week and sharing your comments with me and liking and sending me your little hearts. And when you do that, your name goes in for a drawing just for hanging out with me. Oh my gosh, I hope I did not lose these, because see, here they are. Oh no. Girls, I don't want to do 3 next week. There they go. Yes. Okay, let's spin our first one. Let's get full screen so you guys can see. Let me turn this light down here. All right. Let's go for our first winner. Oh, Miss Bailey, you almost won. Kathy Demon, you got butterflies. Oh, this is so much fun. Congratulations, Kathy. You got a half a pack of those beautiful butterfly gems. Okay. And now we have the week prior. So we're going to go into this one. Different names, different people. We'll go in full screen here, see what we got. And let's see who our next winner is. Sandy Becker. All right, ladies, you are each going to get a half a sheet of these butterfly gems for joining me. I appreciate that. I look forward to seeing you on my blog tomorrow. You know, you can leave a comment on there. Kathy's really good at that. I appreciate that, Miss Kathy. And I thank you all for joining me this evening. And I have a schedule I am going to start doing so I can start sharing a little bit more on our Linda's Stampin' Escape Facebook page. So keep your eyes out, because we're going to have more goodies to share. I'm going to ask you some questions so I can find out a little bit more of what you guys all want. And I appreciate you stopping by tonight and hanging out with me while we did the floating frame technique. So thanks again for joining me. You have a wonderful evening. Good night, ladies.